Hello YouTube, this is Victor. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna redo a video I've done in the past, but only in French. Back then my channel was only in French. It's how to travel with kids. I'll do one how to travel with babies, but this one is how to travel with kids in the best conditions. Welcome aboard. So everything goes with preparation. How you prepare your bags, how you prepare your kids and how you are aware what's going to happen during the flights. So first, check with your airline. Are you going to be able to pre-board? Some airline offers a service if you are traveling with babies or children. Not all airlines are doing that, so varies. Always check with the airline. When you pack your bag, make sure that everything that's going to be going through security aside is on the top of the bag. So if you have your liquids and gels, laptop, iPads, stuff like that, they might be, in some airports, they need to be put on a separate bin. So make sure you don't have to empty your whole suitcase to find them. They're on the top, so when you unzip, you find them easily. Prepare your children for the flight. Tell them what's going to happen. Now we're going to check our bags because we can't keep our bags with us the whole time, so they're going on a hold of the plane. So this is a check-in, and they're going to put a tag telling where our bag is going. So we find it on the other end. Now we're going through securities and make sure that the plane is safe, and they want to make sure everybody's bringing only what they're supposed to have. And then we're going to be boarding, and we get on the plane. Oh, look, the flight attendant is here. She's got a trolley. Maybe we're going to get some food. Explain what's happening and anticipate. That will make your kid much more aware about the environment and then feel more secure. And after flying 3, 4, 5 times, they'll be expert flyers, frequent flyers. They know everything inside out. That reduces their stress. That means that's going to reduce your stress too. When you get on board, get settled. So that means use your seat pocket to put some toys and also use a space under the seat, toys and snacks. Seat pockets, please be very careful. First, they might be very dirty, so I suggest you maybe put a plastic bag, like a grocery bag inside, and then you put your stuff. But don't leave anything behind. It was like 3 weeks ago, I was just looking for someone who left his passport behind and opened the seat pocket, and it was actually sit next to him. And there was a tin of condensed milk that was still open with still some inside. It's been left inside. We collect rubbish before landing. Don't keep it if you don't need it. It was first disgusting because the milk has been through the entire seat pocket, so we can't use it for the next flight. We don't have time on the turnaround to change it and clean it. Second, it's quite dangerous because as I was putting my hand to find a passport, I didn't get cut, but I could have definitely been badly cut because it's just been open. So it's with the lid. So be very careful what you leave behind you, and be careful also of all the germs that are around. I don't want to be a germ freak, but you might want to sanitize a little bit of stuff around what your kids are touching. And remember, the carpet on the floor is not cleaned very often, it's just vacuum. So people may have done whatever on the floor before, so don't leave your kids playing on the floor. Introduce your kids to the crew, introduce yourself to the crew, and why not introduce the kids to the passengers just around on the row behind in the front. So they'll make you look like quite responsible and very polite, because many passengers arrive and see a kid sitting in front of them and say, oh my god, they're going to be banging on the seat the whole time. Well, actually, if you introduce themselves, create this relation with the other passenger, they'll be more likely to help you if the kid doesn't behave well, and then also be supporting you if you need help. So it's all about manners, and introduce yourself nicely. Hey, this is Thomas. It's his first time flying. And what's your name, sir? Oh, well, nice to meet you. Thomas may have some question about flying. If you've been flying a lot, maybe you can give him some tips. And then you create this relation. Same thing with flight attendant. They're here to help you. So use the help and create this connection with the kid. Now, if you're bringing those devices to make the seat becomes a bed for your kid, there's some new stuff being around. It becomes like a kind of bench. There's different brands. Check with the airline if you're allowed to use them on board. I know we don't allow any of those. They're not approved by FAA, most of them, so our airline doesn't accept them. So before you invest a lot of money in those, and the people who are going to sell it to you will say, yeah, you can fly on our airlines. That's not true. So always check with the airline, is this model or type of product allowed to be used on board safely. Surprise your kids. I know you're going to bring some toys. You bring your iPad or a tablet with lots of movies. They might like to watch the same cartoon 10 times in a row. That's cool. But also you need to surprise them. So bring a goodie bag with stuff they don't know about and then give them as new treats. They might really, really like it. And that will keep them busy for a wee while. toy I really like to suggest to parents is Playmobil. You bring a few Playmobiles, men and women, and then you try to assign them with another passenger. So look, this one is a gentleman here, and this one is a lady behind. So why is this gentleman flying today to Montreal? And you kind of make a story based on your small character, and they can actually see the real person, but they're gonna see him as a Playmobil and make a whole story between all the passengers on board. It's quite fun. Bring Post-it. It's easy to do some coloring on Post-it, and then you can even put them on the side of the plane next to the window, and you can draw a plane, and then each time the plane is ascending or descending for takeoff and landing, you move the Post-it higher or lower. Just if you do any coloring, make sure you bring a cloth to put on the table, because marks of pen after you leave is not very easy to clean, and it's not nice for the next passenger following you. And my last tip about the ears, at home your ears never get blocked, or not very often, and when you're on a plane we don't know what's happening, and they don't know if it's normal or not. So explain them what's happening again, but also make sure they've got something to drink. If your kid is crying during takeoff, and especially on landing because the ears get blocked, that should actually help them to clear their ears. Otherwise, just teach them a few tricks on how to drink and make it fun. Can you drink with pinching your nose? And try to make it a little bit something more funny to keep their mind away from the issue with the ear, and it will be much more fun for everyone. And that's it. Those are just a few tips. You may probably, if you're traveling with kids, you may have your own, so feel free to put them in the comments. Share this video with someone who's going to travel with a kid. If you haven't subscribed, how come? Well, you just have to click on the subscribe button below. It's free, and if you click on the small bell, you get a notification next time there's a video. And soon we'll talk about babies, but in the meantime, have a great day. See you. Okay, it's getting dark. See you next time. Bye.
Wow.